Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Illegally Cited Mixer stream. This is Jesse here, aka BGFH, and I am back for a kind of a special event stream because, hey, why the heck not? This is actually going to be probably part one in a series, a very strange series of Mixer streams. So last year, you may have, if you followed me on Mixer or the YouTube channel, I started doing E3 live streams, kind of like how a few other sites have been doing for the past several years. Last year, 2019, was the first year I started trying that myself, but I had been covering E3 just via pre-recorded videos for several years now, but I thought, I got Mixer up and going. Let's see if we can try to do this and kind of spin this more of a accessibility type event. It was like, let's comment on these games as we're looking at them, as we're learning about them, and, just seeing if accessibility is mentioned at all, and just overall reactions, and it was a lot of fun. Well, with the pandemic nowadays, E3 and other events are being canceled in 2020 this year. And so there's going to be this scattering of different events from, platform holders like Sony and Microsoft. There's going to be third-party stuff like Ubisoft and probably EA and who knows what else. We have the summer gaming events from Jeff Keighley. And so they're going to be having some regular events. So you never know, Microsoft, Sony, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure Nintendo will have some more future Nintendo Directs. I don't know that they're going to have one for E3, but what we're going to do today is there is a Sony event. It's not exclusively for the PS5, but I figure as it's a game I really am curious about and don't know a whole heck of a lot about actually what the gameplay is, we are going to tune into the Ghosts of Tsushima live stream here that is going to be on the PS4 and probably, I'm sure it's probably forward compatible, or maybe they'll have a port of it for the PS5 when it comes out later. But we're going to learn about that, and then I have a few other videos queued up in other tabs that have been out the last, couple weeks here, week and a half. And I do want to mention a few highlights, both regarding accessibility and just kind of game announcements in general that I'm kind of intrigued about. So we're going to kick off kind of a summer of not E3 2020 Mixer streams, and we're just gonna tune in to see what the heck is going on. And we're just gonna stream this live. This is set to start at 3 p.m. Central Time. It is about 10 minutes away, so we're just gonna hang out and chill, and if they started a minute or two early or if they started a minute or two late, I don't know, but we're tuned into the Sony YouTube channel here, and we've got the Ghost of Tsushima placeholder here. So hope everybody is doing well with this whole pandemic going on still. I have officially been working at home now for over 2 months. Or right at 2 months or so, because it was Friday the 13th, March 13th, when I started. That was my last day in the office. So the 16th is when I really officially started working from home, but I've actually kind of been home and exclusively since like the 14th. So, God, what a 2 months. What a 2 months, man. It's been pretty darn crazy with the lockdown and uncertainty and all the people trying to scare you out there. And then on top of that, the whole breakup thing, and just, yeah, it's been a fugly couple of weeks. Not very fun. But it's getting better. It's getting better. We're starting to pick up on some accessibility news, some game announcements. I've got tons of projects going on, both, for work and for tech accessibility, game accessibility, some VR stuff. I talked about that in my recent May, May 2020 channel update video. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to kind of diving in and doing some of these live event streams. Probably going to release this for Monday's Mixer stream, just for something different for you guys. We'll stream it live today. If people did miss it, they can always, it will be live on my Mixer page, mixer.com/BGFH. It'll be up there for about 2 weeks. And then streams, assuming they record, will be uploaded and unlocked over time on YouTube. And so this one I think will unlock pretty quickly, because I think I'm going to shoot for Monday of next week to upload, or to at least unlock this stream. So I don't know if Sony's going to do anything else besides Ghost of Tsushima. Probably not, but I'm genuinely curious about this game. We saw it at a trailer of it at previous E3. Looks to be some kind of a stealth game. I mean, I'm not sure how much of it is stealth versus action. I don't know if it's kind of part like Dark Souls and part Tenchu, or I don't know, but it looks kind of intriguing. I sort of have this worry personally that it looks really cool to watch, but I don't know if it's going to be one of those games that I'm good at, because I generally sort of suck at stealth. So, there are certain games in stealth where I can do okay. The later Splinter Cells were actually really good. I loved Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, and I really liked Conviction, because they weren't really as penalizing. The early ones, you had this thing where it's like, oh, you get 2 alarms or 3 alarms and the mission's over. I like more of a stealth where it's kind of a sliding interactive scale, where it's like, if you get caught, you can hide, or you can dispose of an enemy or something, and then you can go back to an unalerted state, or people will know someone is sneaking around, but they'll at least go back to maybe a little bit of a heightened patrol status. So that's why I like more of the later Splinter Cell games, and even some of the later Metal Gear games, where I need to play a few more of those, but I like that kind of a thing. But where it's really strict and you alerted somebody saw you, or you set off an alarm and that's it, mission's over. Can't stand those, to be honest. I find them way too frustrating. Way too frustrating. But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. And I forgot to look at the release date for this. I want to say it's either in June or July, because I know they pushed back a couple of games. The Last of Us Part 2 and Ghost of Tsushima got delayed. Not very long, but I think a couple of weeks, around a month each. One is in May, or one is in June and one is in July, and I don't remember which. So hopefully we'll see for sure. And now that I do have a PS4, I really need to catch up on playing some games like God of War and Spider-Man, and a couple other odds and ends that I need to do. And I will, at the very least, be ready for The Last of Us Part 2. Because The Last of Us Part 1, God, after seeing that original gameplay footage demo from that E3 where they showed it off, I'm like, oh my God, this game just looks crazy. and I was just immediately drawn to it. So, there were other games that I really wanted to play on the PS3 at the time, but it was like, well, there aren't really a super amount that are exclusive that, I can't wait for, or that aren't multi-platform. I remember there was like 3D Dot Game Heroes, which was this really pixely Zelda-esque game that was really pretty cool, actually. The God of War games, but The Last of Us Part 2, that was... And a lot of the PS2 collections that were coming out on PS3, because I never owned a PS2, and so a friend of mine, ex-roommate of mine, had a PS2, and so I seen or played a few of them, but like a lot of the like trilogies or collections from the PS2 that made it to the PS3, you had the Jak and Daxter, the Sly Cooper, the God of War trilogy. You had, I don't know, there was a whole bunch of them, like Resistance. So kind of just adding those types of games to my library in addition, so I could kind of have those and catch up on them and things like that. But Last of Us Part 2 is probably one of my major hyped games for this year that I know of. And I really, really wish they would just announce the system requirements for Cyberpunk already, so I know if my computer is going to burst into flame if I try to run it when it comes out. I'm hoping, because it's designed for current and possible future next-gen systems, but if it's supposed to come out on current gen, I would hope that it should at least be scalable to fairly current rigs. I mean, I know The Witcher 3, even that had a little bit of a high system requirement for back in the day. I think I played that on my previous gaming PC that I had built in 2011. I think I played that toward the end of that machine's primary use, and then I graduated to this one, my current gaming rig, in 2015. So yeah, I mean, this baby's been it's 5 years old, but it, for the most part, it's really hanging in there. It's playing most things I really want to play. The Outer Worlds is still a little bit sketchy. It kind of makes my fan go absolutely berserk, so I'm a little hesitant to play that, even though I want to with their new larger font options. Yay, accessibility. Well, we got about 2 minutes, so we're just killing a little bit more time. I don't think we have anybody. Yep, 0 viewers, so nobody in, that's okay. I'm just going to hang out here. If anybody joins, that's cool. But regardless, I'm going to watch this first video, and then we're going to go back and look at some other videos that I've queued up from a past 2 or 3 events and such that we're going to take a look at, because the other videos that we're going to look at, I've either looked at on my phone or had just passively in the background, so I never really paid much attention to them because I was working at the time and I just wanted to hear in the background what was going on, or I was watching it on my phone screen and I would like to see it on an actual large computer monitor. So in a way, it'll be kind of like I'm seeing it for the first time, to where I can actually see it really well. So yeah, we're almost there. I can't full screen it yet because until it goes live, it doesn't give me any full screen stuff. I'm just very curious to see what this game is going to be like. Ghost of Tsushima. And don't ask me how to spell that. T-S... Okay, it's on... Yeah, oh, here. Oh, this video may be happening... Okay, can I refresh? Aha! Alright, 1 50. Okay, first thing we're going to do is hide chat, because I don't care. Alright, and we got our live video. So we are starting. I like the fact that we're getting a little video countdown so that we know the stream is actually working. 126.5. Alright, so yeah. I mean, I'm genuinely curious what the next-gen Xbox One, Series X, and PS5 are going to be. I'm very curious to see if NVIDIA is going to come out with something in the next couple of months. I've been hearing rumors of something past the RTX 2 series, or like RTX 2080, 2070. So if they go to the 3, if I can hold out long enough and just kind of go for broke and get even one newer generation of ray tracing supported card before the end of the year, I should be set for next gen for quite a while. Both for flat screen and VR gaming. So I should be good. You know, I'm not one of those people who just keeps upgrading and upgrading every little thing. I just don't have the patience for it and want to keep up with it all. So it's kind of like every, generation or so, every 4 or 5 years, I just go like, okay, here we go. We're going to do it. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, what is this going to be, guys? Ghosts of Tsushima. Let's find out. I'd like to learn more about the minute-to-minute mechanics. Okay. Pulsing narrow strip of whatever. Oh, M for mature, obviously. State of play. That's Sony's branded kind of Nintendo Directs-esque thing, their state of play.
Hello everyone, I'm Jason Connell from Sucker Punch Productions. We have a lot to show you today about Ghost of Tsushima.
Excellent.
Combat,
bring it on.
Customization, special modes. But first,
talk about
let's
accessibility.
Take a look at how you explore the world of Tsushima.
Turn on my headphones a little bit. Yeah, I want to know if this is more of a stealth or action, or if it's a good combination. Alright. This game does look pretty damn beautiful, I gotta admit.
Exploration has been at the heart of our open world design since the very beginning. But you can't have exploration if you don't have curiosity. So we've continually asked ourselves, how can we let the island guide you in the most thematic and immersive ways possible?
Fair question. Digging that dude's cape and hat. Okay, do gameplay. I get it. Panning the camera is cool. But there we go. Okay, this looks like actual gameplay here. I'm gonna walk down a hill. I should also mention you should probably watch this with headphones, because I've heard the audio design is supposed to be just incredible for this game. Okay, we got a horse. Got our white horse. Red Dead, the Fun Edition. I don't know, there's things about Red Dead that seem really cool, but the way they draw out some of the mechanics and things, I don't know if I would have the patience for it. But we're riding down this dirt path. Okay, we're gonna go through a forest. Ooh, stormy forest. Oh, I wonder if that's like a stamina meter that he had for the horse, like galloping. And there's little icons that are showing up, like diamonds, and I'm not quite sure what some of these mean. This is a damn fine looking game, I gotta give it that. Alright, so it looks like we found...
can take you to all kinds of locations in the game, like this farmstead that's been taken over by the Mongols. It can also take you to your next big story moments, or even help you find rare collectibles.
I like
the things that you don't know about, that you haven't seen yet, that you don't know exist. Keep your eyes peeled for other visual cues. Smokestacks on the horizons, interesting and odd-shaped trees, or maybe even animals trying to get your attention.
Quickly, number.
Yeah, the map screen, I like the big kind of crosshair location cursor for where you are. Looks like that might be a fairly decent map interface for low vision. I should be checking the chat, see if anybody's in there. It doesn't appear to be. Alright. I'm kind of just enthralled here. So we're doing a lot of just riding and exploring right now, but I'm sure, yeah, they're going to show us some combat or story.
Stay away, my lord. The spirits of vengeful samurai haunt this forest.
I'm glad it has English voice acting, unlike a certain Yakuza game that shall remain nameless. Yakuza. I know I have to take cheap shots at that because I really want to play those games, but I want English dialogue. Oh, that's the other game I gotta play that I think I bought it too on sale. Judgment. I was thinking Justice, but that's not right. Judgment. Yeah, maybe I should give that a shot one of these days soon. I just have so many things on my plate that I want to do. Hey, critter. So we're walking on foot to some kind of a place here. Okay. Must be like a new location. I got some sort of a meter here. I can't quite read that text quick enough. But there's like some circular meter in the middle of the screen. That was about
Tsushima is rich with exploration and discovery.
a little under halfway
Whether you're just
full.
following a string of torii gates that'll lead you to a high mountain shrine, or maybe it's just a fox trying to show you something hidden in the woods.
Huh.
Either way, bring your sense of adventure and let the wind guide you.
Okay. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, boy. Oh, we're walking on some boards narrow up. And now we're in the water.
Lord Sakai.
I am genuinely intrigued about this game. I'm really hoping we get a good glimpse at the variety of different types of gameplay. Obviously, we know it's open world. We're in like feudal Japan. Big old smokestack across the way there. Alright. Jin the Samurai.
Hi, this is Nate Fox from Sucker Punch. Now, we just showed you some exploration, but let's switch gears and check out some combat.
Alrighty. Yes, let's. Please do.
If you've ever seen a samurai movie, you know what to expect.
Oh, yeah.
Two warriors, sizing each other up, waiting for the other to make the first move.
Fight me.
Hell yeah. Alright, let's see how this works. I love it if it's focused more on like really small or one-to-one combat instead of just like hordes and stuff. Oh wow, this is, it almost looks like a lot of like insta kill. It's not, you know, it's not like hacky slashy
the Mongols are everywhere on
at all.
For Jin to succeed, he has to use real, skillful precision in fighting them. No wasted energy. Every strike must count.
Okay, crosshair. Okay, I like the X there. That seems, I'd like to see it maybe a little bit thicker when he shoots his bow. Ooh, this looks kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie. This looks kind of rad. Ow. Damn archers. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's very deliberate looking. I mean, it is not like a Ninja Gaiden's hacky slashy. I mean, that's a hugely technical game too, but it's just a lot more like fast-paced. Okay. Jin the Ghost. Okay, so we're gonna look at some stealth now. God, look at that reflection in the water puddle
Jin
there.
Fighting as a samurai. But now let's see him take on the same group of Mongols as the dishonorable Ghost. As the Ghost, he'll use every dirty trick he can think up to even the odds. Even using fear as a weapon.
Ooh. Looks like we're getting some Batman Arkham Asylum stuff going here. Oh yeah, he's gonna sneak up behind him. I'll take pleasure in gutting you, boy. Yep, he's gone. I'm curious to see what some of the indicators are. Okay, oh, yep, shoot that guy in the head. Yep, with your bow. Fair enough. All right. This looks like it could be really cool. I wonder if there are different difficulties and stuff too. I wonder. Okay, oh, we're running. Oh, nice overhead strike. Beautiful. Oh, was that like a noisemaker thing? Like little firecrackers? I missed something there. But he was running across the rooftop and then just jumped down and killed some fools. Okay, climb up on the wall. Got a fire there. Oh, there's a dude. Oh, sucks to be you, son. Oh, smoke bomb. Stab him. Ooh. I like where this is going. The hell are those? What's he doing? Like throwing stars or something? Okay, that guy is like pleading for his life on his back. Guy ran away. Other guy was running away. I'm kind of watching for, like, I wonder if there's like a, you know, like a, I call it detective vision just because that's what, you know, the Arkham games did. But like the game, the mode where you can kind of get like an infrared or enemy highlights to make things easier to see. Grappling hook, yeah. You can't be a samurai without a grappling hook. Yep, shoot him in the head. There you go. Man, when I play this, I'm not going to look nowhere near as cool. I'm just going to look like a... I don't know. Oh yeah, we're jumping way up high now. On roofs and stuff. Oh, okay, there's a ladder up to the roof that you can go down into the building, it looks like. Okay, we got a... Okay, oh, okay. Oh, and that guy did have like a highlight too. Like a green, like a highlight. Okay, what is this? Oh, we're gonna blow it up. Yeah, turn around and watch the carnage. Turn around. Oh. Well, it still showed it, but I wanted him to look around. I wanted him to look back at it. Okay. Sure. So I think that means that you took down the outpost. Customizing Jin. Okay.
You might have noticed that while fighting as the samurai, or sneaking around as the ghost, Jin had on a different set of armor. That's because the armor in this game actually gives you different mechanical advantages.
Fair enough.
It's not just the way it looks. It helps accent your chosen playstyle. As you explore the world, you'll discover Omamori charms. They'll give you an edge in battle. But more importantly, as your legend grows, you'll develop all new techniques which transform Jin from a samurai into the ghost.
Decent tech
The thing is,
size.
you get to decide how those techniques evolve and grow over time.
Good contrast for the menu
It's
so
always
far.
worth keeping an eye out for dye flowers. Find enough of them, and you can change the color of an armor. So not only do you get to
okay.
choose how the ghost gameplay evolves, but you can fine-tune the look as well.
Okay. Collect dye flowers. Yep. Dye your costumes. Fair enough. I wish that they had a dark background for the menu, but, you know, I mean, at least the contrast is still good for your light color menu. Okay. Photo mode.
It wouldn't be a Sucker Punch game if it didn't have photo mode. In our new photo mode, we have features such as color grading, depth of field, so you can focus on the right objects. We have a bunch of new features that really underline the motion and movement that's so great about
Talk
our
about
game.
accessibility.
You
I
can
hope
control
there's
the
a
wind's
section for
direction,
accessibility.
Speed. You can change out the particles to different types of leaves and fireflies. You can even select a track of music from our original score that might be a little bit more fitting. So if you're into doing a photo, or maybe you actually want to do a video, there's something here for you. Here's a few that I've created.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, I've never really... I mean, I appreciate that they're there, but I've never really gotten into game photo modes all that much. Okay, oh, Japanese voice track. I'm glad there is at least an English option for us.
A
Those
Japanese
of
voice
us.
track option with subtitles is a perfect fit for our game.
It
So
is.
I'm happy to say that before the first scene even starts, you'll be able to turn this option on.
But I'm glad there's an English option for those of us who have trouble reading subtitles. I mean, it totally makes sense to have Japanese, but some of us cannot read. Samurai Cinema.
Here at Sucker Punch, we are huge fans of samurai cinema. We wanted to create a way for you to feel like you're playing your favorite samurai movie. So we created a windy, black and white, film grained out mode that you can turn on from the very beginning of the game.
Neat. I definitely want the full color, I think, but cool choice, though. It's amazing, like, they put so much detail in a game like this and go, yeah, if you don't want it, you can just basically make it grayscale, black and white. That takes a lot of guts, actually. I think. That does look cool. That does look pretty cool, even in black and white. Some nice battling going on. Yeah, and this is on current gen, guys. This is
Today,
not
we've shared with you some
PS5.
unique ways that you can explore the island of Tsushima. We've also shared with you some of the ways that you can fight as a samurai, or assassinate as the ghost,
Yeah.
or customize Jin, or play in special ways.
Yeah.
But we have so much more to show you in the future.
Oh.
Ghost of Tsushima comes out on July 17th. Thank you so much for watching today. We'll see you later.
Oh wow, that was kind of short. I mean, I guess I didn't expect it to be a lot longer, but that just seemed to fly by. I'll wait until the stream officially stops, because they might have another trailer, or... they might just wrap it up here too, but... July 17th. State of Play. Alright then. So... that looked pretty rad. I don't know, again, I'm not sure if there's going to be multiple difficulties. I'm not sure if there are any accessibility options. It'd be interesting to see, even if there's not like designated accessibility options, it will be interesting to learn if there are, what kind of different customization settings there are. Maybe you can adjust the look of the crosshair a little bit. Maybe you can turn certain, assist features on and off, like, targeting or locking onto enemies, or, customizing controls, of course, or, being able to adjust the crosshair, shape or size, text size would be a great thing. So yeah, I mean, here's hoping that they include some form of accessibility. I would love to see that. But yeah, it seems like it's kind of going to be a game where you can do... You're probably going to go out and, I'm sure there'll be some quests that'll really be geared toward stealth or action, or let you choose. I do hope there's not really any hard fail states for like, oh, you weren't super stealthy, so you got caught in this camp once, instant mission fail. I hope there's none of that, because that is one of the most frustrating things for me, whether it's open world or not. So, Ghost of Tsushima, July 17th. So that means, I think, God, is The Last of Us 2 June then? I think it was, because it was either April or May that it was supposed to come out, and then it got delayed. I think that might be June. Man, yeah. Okay. I'm down with that. So that is the Ghost of Tsushima event. Now I want to go back, and we're going to go back and look at a couple of other events that have happened over the last week or so, week and a half. This one came out just today, so I'm going to play it, and hopefully Nintendo doesn't get all pissed at me. But they released a new Paper Mario trailer, which is also coming out in June, I believe. No, July. I want to see this on a regular monitor, because this I looked at a little bit on my phone, and the text in the little bubbles looked really small, which is, again, really unfortunate. I want to see what it's going to look like on a regular monitor, so let's take a peek here. Nintendo Switch. I like the art style. So Paper Mario is an RPG series, a turn-based RPG. It's not your typical platform. Oh god, well... I would like it even a little bit bigger, but it's not terrible. The contrast is really good. I like that. The font is clean. And I will have access to the zoom feature on the Switch, which will be extremely helpful. Not Shy Guys. I love... Oh, cool. I love the little paper. It's like this origami. I mean, it looks right out of like a paper craft sort of a thing. Oh, there's a little... Paper Mario, yep. But Bowser's little clown car thing. Okay, a little side-scrolling. Okay. Huh. Okay, there's our... yeah, there's a clown car again. I never played the original Paper Mario on the N64. A friend of mine, an ex-roommate of mine, he had the Thousand Year Door for GameCube, which I played a little bit, but I got tired of reading the small print, so I kind of quit. There's another series called Paper Mario, or, okay, yep, July 17th. Huh, that's the same day. Oh boy, okay, well that's going to be an eventful day. July 17th. Okay, well, that'll be a busy day. But what I was saying is there's also a kind of a similar type of series, turn-based, that was Mario and Luigi, which was a kind of a comical turn-based series. Mostly on portable systems. I played the original, and I actually did beat it. I did play all the way through it, but I played it on the Game Boy Player attached to the GameCube, so I could actually see it on a regular TV. But I never played the other ones because, again, they're set to they're exclusive to portables, and there was no way that I was going to be able to read all of that text-heavy content. So, yeah, at least I can play this and hook it up to my TV, and even in handheld, if I have to, I can use the magnification. So there is your recent Nintendo Switch Mario, Paper Mario trailer. Xbox had a event last week, I want to say, which was underwhelming to a lot of people in general, kind of myself included, because we thought they were going to have a little bit more gameplay. They got a lot of criticism for not actually having... They would show trailers, but not a ton of gameplay. Especially, they got a lot of flack for their Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer. That was they kind of hyped it up more than it should have been. But there was maybe like 2 seconds of actual gameplay footage, and the rest was all like supposedly in-engine cutscene or in-engine whatever. But here is one that was kind of weird. Bright Memory Infinite. I'm just going to pull out a couple of highlights for you and show you the trailers. Again, I want to watch these on a full screen, a full computer monitor. Now it's also coming to PC, not sure about PS4, but Bright Memories is out in like a demo form. It's called Bright Memory, and it's like a very kind of a short-ish game. It's like a combination action game and first-person shooter. I do own it on Steam already, that version of it. So when the Infinite version, essentially the extended version, comes out, it looks like we'll be getting that for free. So I will already be able to play this via the PC, and it's one of those games I want to cover on the channel, even the initial Bright Memory portion. So we're going to look at Bright Memory Infinite. This game looks kind of crazy. What the hell are we... Oh, is it going to give us content warning again? Oh, I understand. Really? Yes, I understand. Let me watch the damn video. This game looks really neat. Like, I was fascinated when I learned about it last year. Boom! Alright, yep, first-person shooter, aiming down the sights. It's kind of got this really, like, screen shaky camera. Oh yeah, nice little melee bash there. I mean, I think it, like, the way they were originally pitching this was like a first-person game, but that would also kind of add action game elements, like kind of, Devil May Cry, and that kind of a thing. So I genuinely, oh, okay, I like that. It got kind of like a grappling hook thing. We can yank dudes in. Oh yeah, okay, I'm liking where this is going. I'm liking this. This looks pretty cool. I'm gonna have to play the kind of the early build of this that's out so far. Okay, wall running. Oh, okay. We got some kind of a car here. Oh, okay. Now we're in a car in first person. And we got a dude over to our left. We're gonna play some road rage and smash the hell out of each other. Oh, okay, we're flipping over. Bright Memory Infinite. Hell yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay. There you go, guys. There is your Bright Memory Infinite trailer. And that is all gameplay. So, heck yeah. I'm looking forward to checking that out. And I will definitely have to check out the early version that's out there now. So yesterday, I believe it was, the Summer of Gaming event kicked off through Jeff Keighley, and they made an Unreal Engine 5 announcement with a gameplay, kind of a gameplay demo of their most recent Tomb Raider game, it looks like here. And I did see that, but again, I saw it kind of while I was working, but passively kind of watching it. I had it on my phone while I was doing something else. And I want to see this in full. And after we watch the trailer, I want to talk a little bit about it because there was a little bit of an interview afterward where they kind of let some other interesting things out that I'm potentially more interested in about this Unreal Engine 5. There's some neat things that could potentially be happening with this. So we're gonna Epic Games. I love that.
Hello, I'm Brian Karras, Technical Director of Graphics here at Epic Games.
Hi, I'm Jerome Plateau, Art Director of the Special Project.
A few years ago, we got together as a team and brainstormed where we thought we could push forward the state-of-the-art in real-time graphics. There were two key areas that stood out. The first, dynamic global illumination. Beautiful bounce lighting, instantaneously.
I don't have to be constrained to do a game where the world has to be static, and I'm able to iterate a lot faster.
And we call this new system Lumen. And we're about to show you what it is capable of. But first, there was another area that we thought we could push forward. Truly virtualized geometry. The artist wouldn't have to be concerned over poly counts, draw calls, or memory. We could directly use film quality assets and bring them straight into the engine.
And that's a big deal for artists. I just want to be able to import my ZBrush model, my photogrammetry scan, my CAD data, without wasting any time optimizing, creating LODs, or even lowering the quality to make it hit frame rate.
In the end, that's what it's all about. Art that just works. And we call this new technology Nanite. Here is the future of Unreal Engine running live on a PlayStation 5.
All right.
Let's take a look at it.
So yeah, theoretically this is running on PS5. Little Tomb Raider. And this does look really nice. I mean, it's, you know, obviously there's going to be like ray tracing and things in this cavern with
Before we continue, let's stop a moment
light
and take a look at
coming
some
down
of the
and from a
features
hole
of
up
this demo.
there.
Much of what you see was built with Quixel Megascan assets, but instead of using the game versions, we used the cinematic versions, which would typically only be used in film. There are around 1 million triangles each.
That's a
Thanks
lot
to
of detail for
virtual texturing,
rock.
They all use 8K textures as well. Nanite can render an insane
For
number of
rocks and
triangles
dirt.
very quickly. There are over 1 billion triangles of source geometry in each frame that Nanite crunches down losslessly to around 20 million drawn triangles. What does that many triangles look like? This isn't noise. These are the triangles, each a different color. Most are so small that they look like noise.
So now we're
Nanite
looking at
achieves
kind of like
detail
line
down to
art
the
of,
pixel,
well, not
which
line art,
means
but
triangles
a
are often the size of
diagram.
pixels. This amount of geometric detail requires shadows to be pixel accurate as well, and Nanite
Back
can
to the
do that
real
too.
thing.
Speaking of lighting, all of the lighting in this demo is completely dynamic. With the power of Lumen, that even includes multi-bounce global illumination. No light maps, no baking here. Without GI, all of that beautiful
God, that
lighting
looks
is
different.
gone. With Lumen enabled, we can move the light and the bounce changes
It
instantly.
looks so much better. It's kind of like when you turn the Minecraft lighting off with ray tracing. It just looks like night and day different.
We've
Alright,
made some
so
great additions to our audio system as well. Convolution reverb
Make-
allows us to
make your
measure
jump there,
reverberation
Laura.
characteristics of real spaces, like actual caves that we sample, and reproduce them in virtual spaces. Sound field rendering allows us to record and play back spatialized audio.
now that's going to be huge for accessibility. Especially if you can virtualize that in a good pair
All
of
of this adds
headphones.
up to a more immersive experience.
Help locating different things. That's what I found especially interesting. The graphics are great, but yeah, if they're supporting more improved like spatial audio, bring it on. Bats.
This swarm of bats was created with our Niagara effects system. Particles in Niagara can now talk to one another and understand their environment like never before.
I don't know. To me, that
We've
it
also
almost
added
looks
some new
photorealistic in
functionality
some ways.
to run fluid simulations like you see in the water below.
And they say this is, running on basically current hardware you can get essentially right now.
The demo runs on our chaos physics system. Here we are using it to accurately simulate the rigid bodies of the falling rocks and the cloth of her scarf.
All right, doing a little more traversal, jumping up I mean, as great as this looks, I do have concerns. Things are just looking better and better. It looks freaking amazing. But being low
Now that the
vision,
environment is so complex, we've needed to greatly improve our animation systems to adapt. We've added predictive foot placement and motion warping, which dynamically modifies IK and body position to look more natural. For the character to more realistically interact with the environment, we've added the ability to trigger seamless contextual animation events, like her hand on the door.
Looks promising.
so I mean, as things get more and more realistic, there's just that
Dynamic
extra
AI
level
is
of
amazing,
fidelity and
not just for
detail.
speeding up iteration, but also for its impact on gameplay.
Nice.
Any light
That's-
source can move while
it
still
might
having
be.
beautiful bounce lighting.
And that extra
Dynamic
amount of
illumination
detail
means specular as well, which you can see on all the metal surfaces.
can
You
make
can even
discerning
see
where
the
you're supposed to go
Niagara-powered
really
bugs
hard
reacting to the light.
for low
Lumen
vision.
not only reacts to moving light sources, but also changes in geometry. Remember we mentioned high poly assets? This statue was imported directly from ZBrush and is more than 33 million triangles. No
Jeez.
baking of normal maps, no authored LODs.
Her little light
And we
there,
can
that
do
looks
more
really
than a single
good.
statue. There are nearly 500 of that exact statue at the same detail level placed in this room, for a total of over 16 billion triangles from statues alone.
500 of
Over this
them?
entire demo, there are hundreds of billions of triangles.
I don't get hung up on the whole polys and triangles and things like that. It just means I want something that's going to look good and that's going to run smoothly. And that I stress with the most is I want the thing to run smoothly, even if it doesn't look as good. I don't
with
want
Nanite, you have
choppy,
limitless
framey.
geometry,
Ugh.
And with Lumen, you have fully dynamic lighting and global illumination, all running on a PlayStation 5.
It looks really damn good. But yeah, I mean, I'm just a little concerned is like as good as this stuff looks, you almost need a lot more like hand holding as far as like glowy accents or flickering, flashing something, or something that will draw your attention to ledges and platforms or interactable items, things you can pick
There's
up like
not much time left.
ammo and med
Doesn't
kits.
need to be constrained to small rooms. It can stretch all the way to the horizon.
Because it's so easy to miss some of that stuff. Now this looks pretty, this is cool. I remember seeing a little bit of this on my phone.
Don't fail me now.
I don't know what the hell that is that she's got, but she's flying. It's almost like a wingsuit. Run, jump, wee. It's like some Spider-Man wingsuit stuff going on here. Super fast, some wall runs. Zippy fast. That looks 60 frames a second there. That looks really good. Oh, there's our portal.
It's time to see what's next.
Yeah, sure. And that's pretty much going to be the end of this particular video, but Unreal Engine. All right. I love the tweet. What I was saying when this started was there was somebody who tweeted, I'm so old school. I remember when Unreal used to be a game and not just an engine. Huh, so do I. I was in high school and college at the time. Coming 2021. All right, so we're going to back out of that. There we go. So yeah, that is the Unreal 5 engine announcement. And so yeah, as long as you get a new gaming system, or you get probably a 20 series or whatever the next series of NVIDIA or AMD cards, it sounds like you're going to be good for a little while. You're going to have your ray tracing, you're going to have all these other effects that I don't even pretend to understand. And like I said, I even just looking at something simple like Quake 2 RTX or Minecraft RTX. I mean, these are, either really old games. I mean, Quake 2 is, what did that come out in, like 97, 98? So, I mean, that's over 20 years old now. God, I'm old. And then you have Minecraft, which is deliberately designed to look kind of simple, but man, you throw actual calculated lighting, not pre-rendered lighting in there, and modern lighting effects and particles and stuff. I mean, it looks freaking incredible. Like, I want to play Minecraft genuinely really bad with that RTX thing, because it just looks like I would love to look at different environments in there. And sadly, I think I heard that old maps are not going to be compatible with that, which makes me extremely sad, because I would love to walk around our old server map and just see what it would look like with ray tracing enabled. That would look just phenomenally cool, I think. So I don't know if that'll ever happen, but yeah, like I said, when I start it again, I will be able to, start a new map, and, we'll see. Well, maybe I'll download some maps that I can walk through and look at, or like I said, I can build my own new, I've always sort of wanted to do a new castle, because the one I had on the server was so primitive, that I was so proud of this tiny, tiny little cobblestone castle, and then by the time I got to my tower city, it was just, oh, okay, well, yeah, your creation skill has just gotten so much better that it would be fun to actually make a real cool castle. And remember, when I did the original castle, there was no creative mode, so I literally had to mine everything. But now that I have access to creative mode and being able to look at this new stuff, it just looks really fun. Really neat. So, yeah, there's Unreal Engine 4. I'm curious to see how scalable it's going to be. Now, the other thing that the interview after that presentation that we just saw, we watched, the interesting thing is they're going at this for more of a universal product, meaning it's not really just for games as much. Like, they're going to be, they mentioned even in that demo that they're using film assets. So they're hoping that they can basically make it used for movies and games and scale it all the way from like your high-end PCs and consoles to your mobile tablets and phone devices. But also what I found that would be really interesting is if it could be not just cross-platform, but cross-medium. So, they were talking about like they'll use it in, for architecture or advertising or something like that. So, you could imagine, let's say that, let's just say I'll just use, I don't know, Ferrari. They use Unreal to basically model one of their new model cars. Okay, so they're using it for their actual product development. Well, then a movie decides, oh, well, we want to license this car in our movie, and so they maybe, if it's a digital movie or if it's like a CGI movie or something where they're using assets like that, they could theoretically get the Unreal model directly from Ferrari, let's say, use it in their movie, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, now we want to make a game. So, licensing aside, theoretically, you could have like the actual product development and then your media based on that or that's using it. So any movies or commercials, or you could have it in a game. Maybe it's a action movie or like a Fast and the Furious movie or something, and so your car is going to be in a movie, but then you're going to, of course, make a Fast and Furious game. And so like I said, it's not just PC and console and mobile, but like going from all these different media types or use types, disciplines like architecture, architecting the car, and then in the marketing materials for their commercials, and then movies and games. And so in theory, I like what they're going for, because then people don't have to recreate assets in theory as much. So it's like, oh, well, we need to get the data, and then painstakingly as a game studio, oh, I need to figure out exactly how to make this car to look as realistic as possible for the next Forza game. So there's interesting kind of potential, and I really like that sort of theoretical idea. Kind of neat, actually. So we got a couple more game trailers here that we're going to see. Now we're back to the Xbox event. Second Extinction. Now this is... I wasn't sure if this was like a co-op thing or whatever by watching the trailer, but there was a little blurb on it later that I read where it's supposed to be some sort of a cooperative game, but set with dinosaurs. So let's just watch, and then I'll give a few comments. Let me make it big. And this one is gameplay, so that's why I chose it. It is first person. We're in some big old wilderness. We got some guns going on there. And we're going to see some stuff. This looks really cool. It looks... Oh, hey, buddy. Shotgun. Yeah. Bunch of dinos, raptors, and... Ooh. This could be fun. Look at this. It's gameplay. This is not pre-rendered. This actually looks... Ooh, we've got fire. I can't even keep up with what's going on. I can't tell you. But this looks pretty damn cool. Second Extinction. Alright, there we go. Just a short trailer, but yeah, that was kind of their first unveiling of that. And I think it looks pretty cool. So I hope that it's not only co-op, but I hope there's a single player mode to it, either playing by yourself or with AI bots, a la Left 4 Dead, or some of these other ones like World War Z, or not World, World War Z. Having those where you have AI bots, just so that if you don't have your 4 friends to play with, or 3 friends to play with, and I'm thinking that's going to come to PC as well. But I'm genuinely intrigued about that one. So we got one more that I thought looked kind of cool that I don't even know if I've heard of before the other day, or if I have, I didn't know anything about it. Scarlet Nexus. This is coming out, I think, for a few different platforms, but they showcased it on the Xbox One. So let's take a look at one more trailer from that. Kind of got an anime thing going on here, but it looks kind of rad. And I'm only showing mainly videos that show gameplay. I'm not going to waste my time with pre-rendered stuff for the most part, with one exception that you're probably going to see next. So we got some pre-rendered stuff, but I like the art style. You know, with things like the Dragon Ball Z games and some other modern anime titles, it's just, I like that you can bring that kind of art style into 3D and just make it look really sweet. Pre-rendered so far, but I think we are going to see some gameplay.
I'm Yuito Sumeragi.
Okay.
My power is psychokinesis.
Hell yeah. There's some gameplay. They're gonna go back and forth between some style shots and actual gameplay, but I can't keep up with all the text that's going on, but yeah, I think there's more gameplay clips at the end here. I thought there was more gameplay than this, but I like the look. And if this is based on an anime, I have never seen it, I've never heard of it, or I don't know if it's its own original thing, if it's based off of a manga. Okay, Scarlet Nexus. When's that coming out? Does it have a release date? No. So yeah, I don't know if that's coming out this year or 2021, but I don't know, I thought it looked kind of cool. I like that sort of action, just really fast action style game. Yep, we got one more trailer. Now this is going to be a story trailer, but I had to feature it, and I'm glad this is probably going to be the last video that we're going to watch for this stream. And it's fitting, because we have the original Assassin's Creed Valhalla trailer, but with a little bit of a twist, which we're going to play right now. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I really hate that. Can't you just... Yes, I want to watch it.
Dusk, snow-covered mountains surround a Norse town.
They are heartless.
An older bearded Northman greets a boy and girl. Next, under glowing northern lights, villagers gathered around a blonde Viking as he approaches a large statue of Odin. A woman wearing ceremonial garb turns.
Godless barbarians.
Blood drips from her hand as she lifts it from a basin. She marks the Viking's face. He gazes up at Odin. Dawn. Long ships sail away from the town towards a sunlit horizon.
Audio
The
described
ships
game
traverse a rough
trailer.
sea. Next, they reach a green and vibrant coast. At night, Vikings raid a village.
They murder and kill blindly.
The blonde Viking allows a mother with children to flee. Villagers burn along a countryside. Night changes into day, a Norse settlement being erected.
They scar the lands of England. Lands they will never defend. Never love.
Fade to a dark-haired king.
The time has come to speak to them in a language they will understand.
Kicking some
Stamps
ass.
the royal seal under a letter reading war. A brunette advisor takes the letter. With gloved fingers, the king extinguishes a candle. At night on a river, the Viking longships emerge from within thick fog. They land on a sandy shore. The blonde Viking's eyes shift upwards. The sky above begins to glow. A mass of fiery arrows rain down. Vikings raise wooden shields. A flaming arrow strikes a man's neck. They hurry from their ships. Next, on a battlefield blanketed in fog, the Vikings meet armored enemy forces. Wielding an axe, a Viking beheads a soldier. Another drives a spear through a soldier's chest. Soldiers cut the Viking down. On a hill, the king's advisor on horseback. On the battlefield, the older Norseman dismembers a soldier. The Norseman fights off a spearman, but is impaled by another. The blonde Viking hurls a hatchet, striking the spearman in the forehead.
Damn.
The blonde Viking rests the deceased Norseman's hands over his axe. Lightning flashes overhead. From the hill, the blonde Viking wields double battle axes. Staring at a large armored knight, the advisor motions towards the battle. On the battlefield, the blonde Viking rages as he slices into soldiers. Glaring, he stares across the field. A cloaked, bearded, elderly man leans against a tree. The man vanishes as lightning flashes. A raven soars from the tree.
Odin is with us!
Vikings and soldiers gather. The blonde Viking turns to face the large knight. Now holding a single axe, the blonde Viking grabs a sword as he charges at the knight, who smashes him aside with his own blade. The Viking dodges a blow, then drives his sword into the knight's thigh. The knight backhands the Viking away, then pulls the blade from his leg. The Viking strikes, glance off of the knight's armor. The knight cuts the Viking's axe head from its shaft. He headbutts the Viking, who staggers. The knight grabs the Viking, then puts his sword to his throat. He glances back at the advisor, who signals. Suddenly, the Viking plunges a hidden blade on the outside of his gauntlet through the knight's eye hole. The knight falls to his knees. The Viking pulls his stained blade out. Blood spills from the knight's helmet. The advisor stares with wide eyes. The Viking glares.
They just need to make
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, available holiday 2020.
Nice. I haven't been into the Assassin's Creed. I tried the first game and just never really got into it much. But I really do need to try. I think I just installed Origins, because Origins and Odyssey was the latest one. I'm not sure if I own Odyssey yet. But I know the last couple have added some accessibility, especially Odyssey, I think, was the one that added even more accessibility features to it. And I'm hoping they even go further with Valhalla. So, they've branched out a lot in the type of gameplay, because it used to be fairly simple, fairly repetitive, and a lot more stealth focused. But these are more just like it's almost become an open world, like stealth action game more now than it used to be. And so I kind of like the new trend of these more recent Assassin's Creed games. I know some people don't, and that's totally fair. I get it. But I don't know. I find it to be really kind of, interesting and maybe more approachable for different people if they have different play styles. And that trailer, when it was released about a week ago, they teased it and then they dropped the trailer for everybody. I forget what morning it was, like Tuesday or Wednesday morning last week. But at the very same time, I didn't realize until I watched it without audio description the first time, but I saw a tweet right after saying that at the very same time they released an audio described version. So kudos to Ubisoft, being, I think, one of the first, if not the first, major AAA game to actually release a trailer, not later, but right alongside the regular trailer that is audio described. And just the way that footage looked like, I would like to watch an animated movie just of that style. I think that would be really cool. I like the Viking theme. That's just a general theme, kind of like the whole samurai thing with Ghosts of Tsushima. And there's also talk about an Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan at some point. I'm thinking that probably could happen in the next few years. But yeah, the Viking theme, I'm genuinely intrigued about that. Big old axes and big old bearded dudes and fighting, and I'm not too sure about the ship stuff, because I'm not sure I'm super into that from a gameplay perspective. But it could be really fun. I could be definitely pleasantly surprised. The one thing, as cool as this audio described trailer is, there's one potential disappointment or potential kind of heartbreak, is that, they release these audio described trailers and things, but when the game comes out, a blind person can watch an audio described trailer, but is a totally blind person going to be able to actually play the game? Are there going to be enough systems where, even if it's not perfect, like, is the game going to be at least semi-playable to the blind? Now, if you're low vision and you have some audio cues and you have a few other things, then it can be a little bit more, a little more playable, potentially. Like, it's something that I will probably be able to play fairly okay, I would think. But, you're seeing these audio described trailers of a game, and then as a totally blind player, you're getting your hopes up. You're excited to see these audio described trailers so you know what's going on in these story trailers and stuff. But, when the game comes out, you're thinking, well, if they describe the game, then the game must be playable for me. And I would love to be wrong. I don't know if we're currently at the stage where that's going to be a thing. I don't know if, especially a big open, if it were like a smaller game or if it were a more linear title where you're going kind of level to level, that might have a better shot. But like I said, I don't know if a giant open world game like this, I don't know if we're at the point where it's going to be actually the story mode itself. I don't know if that's going to be playable by a totally blind player by the end of this year when this game is supposed to be coming out. So, like I said, this is one time where I would absolutely love to be proven wrong. That would just be fantastic. That would be phenomenal news if you had this giant AAA, Assassin's Creed is probably one of the most popular series out there right now. And so, if they are going this far for the trailers, to what extent is this going to be playable by a blind player, not just low vision? I'm very curious to know. So, like I said, I love the fact that they audio described it. I hope more developers see this and follow their lead. But I also hope that more games are going to add more thorough accessibility features so that, we can enjoy the hype with everybody else up to the release, but then when the game comes out, are we actually going to be able to play the thing? When a movie is released, we can have audio described trailers. And as long as the movie is described, the movie is going to be, when it's released, it's going to be played the same way every time because you're passively watching it. So you can do audio described for that a lot more straightforward than you can a game. But how are we going to, not hype and tease a game with audio description that inevitably a blind player may not be able to play. So, that's the only real criticism that I have. I think it's excellent. I think it's great that Ubisoft is doing this. But that's the only real way that I would see this, sort of kind of backfiring in any way. But that's where we are going to end this stream. I think I'm definitely more intrigued about Ghost of Tsushima than I was before. I was curious before, but now that it seems like there's going to be more of like an open approach to it, more stealth, more action, you can kind of seemingly play it the way you want to, and that seems to be what they're going for here. So I don't know if I'm going to necessarily pre-order it. But it's definitely one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on, along with The Last of Us 2, for one of the PS4's last hurrahs before the PS5 comes out theoretically later this year. So, unfortunately, it looks like we didn't get any viewers this afternoon. Everybody's either outside enjoying the fabulous weather, which I should be here soon as well, at least for a little bit, because I got to go back to work this evening for a couple hours, but, you know, whatever. But either they are doing their working or outside or just not watching. So anyway, I hope you guys do enjoy the archive of this stream. I did want to kind of start this, like I said, not E3 2020 coverage this year. So I think that's actually what I might start naming it, as something like the not E3 2020 stream part 1. And so as we find more of these major events, be they single game focused like today, or if they're more of a longer like Nintendo Direct or Microsoft or Sony showcase, if we're going to have, there's been so many. There's like the Jeff Keighley one. There's one that I just learned about yesterday or the day before. What is it? Guerrilla Collective, I think, and that's going to be focusing a lot more on like smaller games, I believe, like indie titles and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be scattered all throughout the summer, so you're probably going to see a fair few more of these. And if they are just shorter events, I might do something similar that I did today, and either stream it live or maybe wait for a couple, like a cluster of a few of them to come out if they're shorter, and do something like we did today and just kind of review it, and I can give my thoughts. But there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this first non-E3 2020 stream. You can follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, mixer.com/BGFH, illegally-cited.com, and of course the YouTube channel, youtube.com/illegally-cited. So hope you guys enjoy the stream and stream archive, and until next time, I'll chat with you guys in the next video and stream. Later.